Hi, buddy.
The day that I can start one of these commentaries and not stop a minute in and restart 2 times will be amazing. This is like, you know, I need experience, more experience with talking and explaining off the cuff. Most of the times when I do go back and I check, because, you know, if this was like an hour long, I probably wouldn't go back and check. But since it's only 10 minutes long when I'm, you know, not editing, but rendering and all that stuff, I make sure that it's okay. And then next thing you know, I end up running all the way through the thing. And most of the times I say, why didn't you finish that thought? Why didn't you finish that thought? You explained that poorly. And I don't think there's any fixing that. I don't know. Maybe I could get some, you know, nootropics or something. No, that wouldn't work unless it was a steady supply. And really the only reason to take anything like that is because of the awesome dreams that they give you. This is not what I expected to be talking about with the Arnold video. I really didn't. I don't know what the hell I'm talking about. If I would have talked about this a week ago, the Arnold jokes would have been flying. I have my little soundboard here, and I don't care to use it at all.
The 12-gauge autoloader.
You know, like,
Uzi 9mm.
the Uzi 9mm. Before I started doing this, I was repeating this.
Uzi 9mm. Uzi 9mm. Uzi 9mm. Uzi 9mm.
I was going, I was getting a beat going. Uzi 9mm. Uzi 9mm. Uzi 9mm. How, in, metric units, how big is your Austrian Spangle, and what is the current state of it?
The Uzi 9mm.
All right, that joke didn't work out too well. Let's see. Yeah, you know. Yeah. I was in the Vienna. You know, I actually have his audiobook, and it's not on Audible or anything, so it's just a bunch of MP3s because it was actually from the CDs. There was a bookstore that was going out of business. It's like 22 hours or something long. The unfortunate thing is only like the first chapter is read by him, and the rest is read by the guy from Avatar. That gray-haired guy that was in the suit. That's all I remember. I don't remember much from Avatar. I did not like it. I didn't enjoy it. What? You didn't like the blue people with the USB? You know, it's like USB, man. It's like USB in the trees. I really didn't give a flying shit. That was about, what, 2009, 2010? I just realized how fast I'm talking. I feel like I don't take Adderall. I don't take drugs. I don't take cocaine. Arnold sure did. Yeah, back in the day. But I used to be a tank driver for the Vienna Army. What was your favorite weapon while you were serving, Arnold?
The 45 long slide with laser sighting.
The 45 long slide. I did learn. I've listened to. Like I said, I basically just ripped those CDs. I got it from a bookstore that was going out of business like a year and a half ago. And it was $5, and the original price on that thing is like $50 or something ridiculous. But it is like 22, 24 hours of Arnold's life dictated by that guy. Yeah, you learn a lot about the guy. I mean, like, this guy basically, like, imagine going to a completely alien culture and just dominating it. That's what he did. He didn't even speak English growing up. He had to learn English. He went to voice coaches and speech therapists and shit, and they told him, like, don't drop your accent all the way. That's part, like, so he probably could have been like, hello, I'm Arnold Steele. Like, he would have probably changed his name to something. Is this over? Shit, I gotta talk about Arnold fucking Schwarzenegger for like almost 10 more minutes. I'm done. We're good.
The 45 long slide with laser sighting.
Yeah, I didn't mean to hit that. You know what I need? I don't think there is one, but I don't have an iPad, and from what I understand, GarageBand just has like an MPC style sampler that supposedly works really well. And all I could find is this piece of, I don't like it. It's a paid app. It's called DJ Sampler, and the thing that sucks about it is that it like crackles. It like shuts down after, hold on, let me do this.
New boot goofing.
First of all, I heard a snap in there. Let's hear it. Yep. I just heard it.
New boot goofing.
There. I don't know if that picked up in the microphone. Not the microphone, but you know what I'm saying. On the board.
3 payments.
It's always clipping and
3
stuff.
payments.
And getting the files onto this thing is a nightmare because the whole thing just bogs down. It's really meant for, I think, you know, iPhone 4 or something like that. I don't know.
Mama.
I got a bunch of Ice-T clips. I think I need to do Ice-T eventually. Not do, you know what I mean.
Yo, you wanna go to Connecticut, bitch?
Yes, I do. And I want to keep going and go straight to Seacoast, New England. Because that's where I'm originally from. I got this running full screen, and I'm not even looking at it. I have nothing to say about this. I've just been working on this off and on all week. Oh, jeez, we're only halfway through. Like I said, I'm not starting over because what am I going to start over and not talk about all the things I don't want to talk about?
I said, why, mama?
These are well done when they're like in the proper context. I actually grabbed a bunch of I didn't like cut them, but I clipped every time that Arnold, not every time, but a lot of times when Arnold Schwarzenegger says the name Jamie from Jingle All the Way. And I mean, would it have been good for this video? Yeah, in context, but in actual like execution right now, I just, you know, like every day that goes by that I'm not drawing this anymore, the less well this is going to come out, the commentary of this. The video is great. Like, you know, I'm cool with all that stuff. It's just me, you know, having the enthusiasm. That's the thing that sucks. When you're in the middle of drawing, look at me. See this stuff? I'm messing with my phone. Well, I mean, don't take that into account. I'm probably doing something. Okay, and I left to go get a drink or something. I don't know. Okay, man, you're not proving my point right now. I'm like drinking and Facebooking and snacking or something. I got a headache or something going. Okay, can you get to work? You're totally you're tanking my point. There we go. Yeah, see, there I go. I'm oh, Jesus Christ. I'm hard at work. I'm chatting. What was my original point? It took so long for me to, there we go. Like I'm zoning out, I'm drawing, it's all good and everything. What was my original point? What was my point? Look at me working hard. Oh yeah. While I'm doing all this stuff, I'm having all these ideas and stuff of like, it's gonna be funny. I'm gonna talk about this. I'm gonna talk about that. I get all sparked with ideas, and then yeah, by the time I'm finished with it, and I'm actually like, I don't care to speak on anything that I was talking about. It would have been recycled and contrived, and
I said, mama.
That's what it was. The Jamie. I don't know, you know, I don't know how popular Jingle All the Way is, but you know, when you have a good healthy batch of you know, Jamie, I'm your father. Don't run away from your don't walk away from your father. It really is kind of funny, the idea of him acting like a suburban. It's stupid to think that, but you got somebody like the whitest lady in the world, Rita Wilson. When you have this is going so bad. When you have Rita Wilson, isn't that Tom Hanks's wife? You have this lady. Stop that. Here, look at that. When you have Rita Wilson playing Arnold Schwarzenegger's wife, and she's like, "Why didn't you grab the cake mix on the way home?" And he's like, "You should have seen the traffic. I have my suitcase. It's full of drugs." No, not I totally fucked that up. No, he's like, "It's got paperwork, and I work at the office firm, and the boss is such a dick, you know? He made me stay till 6 p.m." It just it's really like narrow-minded of me, but it just doesn't. It's like it doesn't fly. And then he's like, you know, he's got that little kid from that Star Wars movie that I never saw, a.k.a. all of them. You know, the little pod racing kid, Anakin. He was his son, and he's like, and his name is Jamie. And it's like I'm telling you the worst rendition of the worst synopsis of Jingle All the Way. You know, Sinbad is in that, and no one should give a shit. I mean, oh, come on. Sinbad's fine back if it was 1992 and stuff. But when I think about that movie, all I think about is the scene when he comes home and he missed his kid's karate, rank up thing. And he goes, "This is very cool." He like grabs the yellow belt or whatever. Like, kid's been in it for like 3 months. He's got the yellow belt and he's like, "This is really cool." He goes, "Oh, does it go like this?" And he puts it around his head and he goes, "Wah!" And the kid is ignoring him and walking away. And he's like, "Jamie, I'm trying to say I'm sorry for missing your tournament, your Mortal Kombat, whatever." Why didn't I just do a Jingle All the Way picture? I mean, I'm not even talking about fucking Predator. That's Carl Weathers' hand, kind of. By the way, sorry to Carl Weathers, but this wasn't a double portrait. It could have been for the amount of time. I mean, the idea was just make a single one because I've been making a lot of triple portraits and stuff. And fucking, what was my point? Carl Weathers. Oh, I figured I'm like, oh, let me do one with one person. And let me do one with one person. And then I had this idea. And then it ended up taking as long as all the other ones. Not only in terms of hours spent, but actually, the days, the stretch of days that it took to squeeze in those hours. So, I might as well. By the way, I don't know what, this bright what is that, neon green kind of color or whatever for the background. I figured it would look like one of those chroma key green screen kind of things that sometimes I need to do that so that I can see where I, over-colored or whatever outside of the lines, and I can clean it up. But this was popping so bright that I couldn't, it wasn't very helpful. When I did the backgrounds, I was just throwing, like, here you go, and I was cleaning up, and I could actually see what I needed to clean up. And then, is it time for background time? Not yet. But when it is time for background time, I was like, I don't know if I'm going to try to emulate the background of that. See, when I have this, scene in my head, it was more like, bamboo jungle hut kind of, background. And then I'm looking and I'm like, all right, well, there's a lot of cement kind of stuff. So I started out emulating that as best as I could, really just playing around. See, right here, I just stopped and I said, let me do an alternative, similar, simple, more simple background, but that only lasted a little bit. And then I went back to the original and I said, let's do that. So that's my video. Now, right here, because I'm such an unhinged spazoid doing these commentaries, I actually had to re-record this part to convey a more coherent ending to this video. First of all, thank you for watching. Second of all, check out this screen. It's got everything you need to follow me on my misadventures in the art world or whatever you want to call it. So please consider the following. You know what I'm saying? Other than that, stick around. Eventually, I'm going to have, many, 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 many more. So, thanks for watching.